You are not alone. Trinity AI. Trinity AI Legal. Trinity AI Helix. Trinity AI Support. Trinity AI Design. Courtesy of White Rabbit Studios.
Ever felt completely, lost trying to figure out the UK legal system on your own?
Oh, absolutely. Those forms, the jargon.
Yeah.
It's daunting.
Yeah, and it's not just confusing, right? It can be incredibly stressful, emotionally draining.
Exactly. You feel overwhelmed.
So today on the deep dive, we're looking at something new aiming to help with that. It's called the BAXTER Legal Assistant GSM.
A new kind of AI tool.
Our mission really is to understand what BAXTER is, how it actually works, and what makes it different. We've got some detailed analysis to draw on.
Yeah, looking at its core ideas, the tech, who it's for, and importantly, its ethical side.
Okay, so let's start with that core idea. The analysis calls Baxter a symbolic AI companion. What does that mean?
Well, think of it less like a research tool and more like structured support.
Yeah.
It provides cognitive and emotional scaffolding.
Scaffolding, like temporary support.
Precisely. It's there to help you, the litigant, in person, or LIPHE, process things better, manage the mental load. It's not trying to find precedents or guess how a judge will rule.
Okay, so it supports your thinking, not replaces it. And this symbolic AI bit, that sounds different from regular AI.
It is. The analysis points out it uses structured reasoning, kind of like logic, and explicit predefined knowledge, not just finding patterns in vast data like many large language models.
Why does that matter for the user, for you listening?
The big advantage is explainability, reliability. Because it's using structured knowledge, it can, in theory, show it's working. You can understand why it's suggesting something. It's not a black box.
Makes sense. And the scaffolding idea reinforces that it's about building your capacity, right? Not doing it for you.
Exactly. It's temporary support to help you climb the ladder yourself.
And crucially, let's just state this clearly, it doesn't give legal advice.
Absolutely critical.
Yeah.
That distinction is fundamental, both for regulatory reasons and, ethically. It's a guide, a support structure, not your lawyer.
Right. So who are these litigants in person, these LIPHEs it's designed for?
LIPHEs are, basically people navigating the UK courts without a solicitor or barrister representing themselves.
And their numbers are increasing.
Yes. Often linked to reductions in legal aid availability. It's a very diverse group of people, but they share that core challenge, facing a complex legal system alone.
And Baxter aims to tackle their main hurdles. What are those?
The analysis highlights a few key things. First, procedural confusion, just not knowing what step comes next, which form to use.
I can imagine that's a big one.
Huge. Then there's the sheer stress and emotional burden. It's immense. Plus, information overload, piles of documents, complex language.
And legal jargon itself.
Yeah, Philip. Understanding the specific terms is crucial. And these things are all linked, Stress makes it harder to think clearly, to understand the procedures or the documents.
It's a cycle. So how does the technology actually work? This guided system mosaic GSM.
Okay, the GSM framework. Think of it like building with Lego bricks. It's modular. Different parts handle different tasks.
So easier to manage. Update.
Exactly. Easier to test, maintain, and crucially to control how the different parts interact. A key component here are the golden chunks.
Golden chunks. Sounds valuable.
They are. It's the curated, pre-validated knowledge base Baxter relies on. Authoritative information, basically, like a built-in, verified handbook.
So it's not just scraping the web, potentially getting things wrong?
Correct. That addresses accuracy concerns head-on. And it uses a hybrid architecture. There's an LLM, a language model, for the conversational part, making it easy to interact with.
Okay, so it feels natural to talk to.
Right, but that front end is guided by the GSM kernel, the core system. That kernel acts like a guardrail.
Ensuring it stays within its boundaries, like the no legal advice rule.
Precisely. And ensuring it only uses those reliable golden chunks. Plus, a major aspect is privacy by design.
How so?
It relies on local processing. It runs on your device, not sending your sensitive case details off to some server.
Oh, that's significant. So your information stays with you.
Yes. It's a big commitment to user privacy and trust. It affects everything from how it's packaged to how updates are handled.
Okay, let's link this back to the features. How do they help with those LIPHE challenges we talked about?
Well, there are features specifically for guiding you through procedures tackling that confusion. There are tools to decode documents and explain jargon. hitting the language barrier.
Right.
Functions to help structure information, which helps fight that feeling of overload. And things like symbolic reframing.
What's that?
It helps you understand the sort of underlying meaning or purpose behind legal steps, making it feel less alien. Plus tools to spot stress points and help with record keeping.
So it connects directly to the problems LILPs face.
Very directly. It's designed around those specific needs.
The analysis also mentions an ethical framework, 0 to 8 EDUA. What's that about?
It's a set of principles guiding Baxter's design. Things like radical accessibility, making it easy to use, absolute privacy, which links back to that local processing,
Okay.
verifiable integrity tied to the GSM and golden chunks ensuring reliability, and a strong focus on agency, empowering you, the user.
And what about the symbolic justice framework?
That ties into the symbolic reframing idea. It's about helping you understand the symbolism within the legal process itself. You know, the language, the roles people play, the court rituals.
Why is that helpful?
It can reduce feelings of confusion and powerlessness. If you understand why things are done a certain way, it feels less arbitrary and you feel you have more agency.
Any examples of tools for that?
The analysis mentions a finding filter tool, which helps you understand the key findings or important points in a legal document, not just search for words. It's about meaning, not just location.
Got it. And finally, Baxter doesn't exist in a vacuum, does it? It connects outwards.
That's right. It's designed to signpost you to other resources like legal aid providers, pro bono services, advice clinics when appropriate.
So it reinforces that it's a supplementary tool. It's not trying to replace human lawyers or advice centers.
Exactly. It's part of an ecosystem of support.
Okay, so wrapping this up. Baxter seems like a really unique take on legal tech. The focus isn't just information, but the LILPs' actual experience the cognitive load, the stress, the need for privacy.
Absolutely. Its potential impact on access to justice is really interesting. By empowering individuals, giving them tools to better navigate the system themselves. Well, that could be significant.
It really could. So a final thought for you listening. How might tools like Baxter change how we even think about access to justice? What does it mean for individual agency when technology can offer this kind of structured support within such complex systems?
Yeah, something beyond just the surface features. What are the deeper implications?
Definitely something to mull over. Thanks for exploring this deep dive with us today.
You are not alone. Trinity AI.